it take to get it out back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.
Oh, goodness. Hello, everybody. I am the official urban therapist. Welcome to this lunchtime conversation episode today. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. I wanted to do a live today talking about this thing about clout chasing and dragging and trolling, all that and stuff, right? I've not been wanting to do a live talking about this, but yeah, y'all know how Urban do. I always put things in the back end, and they don't become important until it comes up. So this particular topic has now came up. So now we're going to talk about it. We're gonna have a conversation about it, all right? So we're gonna have a conversation about this. And sorry about me sounding the way I'm sounding, because I'm not feeling too well. But nevertheless, I still wanted the show to go on. I still wanted to come up and give y'all one good content. All right. So y'all just bear with Urban as he's getting through this. But other than that, yeah, I want to go ahead and just talk about this, because I feel that this is an important topic for us to discuss, especially as being content creators as well. So we're gonna talk about it today. All right, Miss Williams, hey, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, let's talk about it. All right. Now, through my through my research and through my findings, I've been finding a lot of issues with content creators. One of the biggest issues is what I've been talking about, what I've been preaching about on several of my episodes, and that's talking about content creators, creating beefs. They even have beef sectors. They have tea sectors and all these different other type of sectors. And my biggest complaint about these type of sectors, or even when people put out these type of content, is that it's not necessarily beneficial. And I felt that it wasn't beneficial as far as putting out quality content, especially as us being quote unquote black content creators. All right. So that was my biggest complaint about that. So within that, like I said, I've been sharing different my perspective about that, right? But also at the same time, behind the scenes, I've been digging deep, and I've been doing a lot of research about why is this a issue? You know what I'm saying? I've been going to going actually into different beef sectors and tea sectors, just observing quote unquote in the bushes about the conversations that they're having and what causes the disparities that they're having between each other. Some of the disparities that they be happening is either between one content creator and another content creator. Other disparities with content creator with subscribers. Other disparities is content creators against trolls. Other disparity is moderators against content creators against subscribers against trolls. And so on. And it creates this ultimately it end up creating this negative content and negative environment, which what we know right now is the beef sector, tea sector, and thus negative content altogether. So that, like I say, I've been noticing that, and most of the times I'm in the bushes, that's observing the content and stuff, right? Just viewing it and observing the behaviors and observing what is causing all this disparity to happen and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had came up with a conclusion. Hence, this is going to be the reason why I'm doing this live today. All right. I came up with an interesting conclusion for content creators. All right. Now, my conclusion, it is not 100% guaranteed that, it may work or not. You know what I'm saying? It does depend on the individual, whatever. But I'm going to throw it out there. That's as a proposal. All right. I'm throw it out there. Hey, Trey, what's up with it, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. And Miss Wilson, appreciate you tuning in as well. Appreciate y'all. Now, once again, y'all hear my voice. I'm still kind of congested right now, getting over, whatever this is that I got. Trey, he separate time I got the whatever they call this strand, but I'm pushing through it, and so we're gonna do it. All right. So, in order for me to give y'all my conclusion or solution to the matter, we have to first address what's the issue. First of all, now the issue that we're dealing with right now, that's content creator, is first of all is this meaning about clout. All right, yeah, flu runner. That's way too I got flu runner. But the first issue that we need to address is about clout. We need to address as content creators and as you as the viewer as well. What is clout? What does it mean to clout, or what does it mean to be a clout chaser? Well, what does that mean? How do they look like? All right. So I took the liberty to put it up in different definitions about it, and we're fixing to examine this. This is gonna be a teaching moment, just so y'all can know for your information. But I'm gonna pull it up for y'all now. According to that's Google, we just say Google for right now, and Urban Dictionary, or however way you want to put it. According to this, it said clout is basically being famous and having influence, or specifically a person wanting attention on social media. Once again, clout is being famous and having influence, or more specifically, wanting attention on social media. So what does this mean? In other words, if you're a content creator, your number one goal is for you to clout. A matter of fact, that is your job description as a content creator, is to clout. It is no way around that. There's no way around that. Even with me being the official urban therapist, even though I put out certain content and stuff, where if it's to try to motivate people, try to influence people, however way it go, the end goal is for clout, to be get noticed, to get recognized for the content that I put out there. And this is how the way is for every content creator out there, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Snapchat, whatever on social media outlet that you're on, your ultimate goal is to have clout. In other words, you want your content, or you could consider it this way: you want your art to influence the people who are looking at it or who are viewing it. That's the whole purpose of it. Without clouting or without clout chasing, it'll be no purpose for you being online, period. It'll be no purpose for you creating video. It'll be no purpose for you creating content. You know what I'm saying? Period. It is no way around that. You know what I'm saying? So first part of this is that I believe that every content creator needs to accept the fact that we all are out here to clout chase. It is the whole purpose of us being out here is to clout chase, period. That's our whole function, for us to be out here. A matter of fact, before the whole rise of social media, before it really took influence of our lives, where now average people could use social media for wherever type of influence they want to use it for. Prior before that, we was being we were seeing clout content within the news outlets. All right. So pretty much every type of local news outlet, international news outlet, whether it's through your local news station, or whether it's through CNN, CNBC, or whatever stuff, these stations are clout stations. They are designed to clout. In other words, they're designed to have a certain type of influence over the audience, or over the viewers who are viewing the content. That is the whole purpose of it. This is the reason why they have what is known as journalists, all right? This is the reason why they have journalists to go out and investigate. They find certain stories that are appealing, that they know is going to be appealing to you, the viewer, all right? They'll go and find these stories. Then when they find these stories, they present these stories, and basically what they do, they clout the stories. that they present to you. That's what they do. That's their function. And that's what they do. And they present the stories. And now the whole purpose of when you actually watching these news outlets, they have people known as anchors. The reason why they have people known as anchors is because the anchors is basically the foundation or the main source of presenting the information out to you. So you could look at it this way too. An anchor is similar to a person who's a writer, right? Or who's a author. They the one who set the tone of the story. Once when the journalists present the information, they give it to the anchor. Then the anchor is the one who set the tone of the story or set the plot of the story and everything, and set it to the certain way that they want it to go, however way they want it to go. All right, that's the whole purpose of an anchor. Now, the reason why I mention all this to you because instead of us as normal people relying on the news outlet to report news, now it has evolved to where we're now the main source to reporting news. Hence, this is what we call content creators, where we'll literally take certain type of information that's happening locally, either locally around us, or it could be nationally around us, or it could even be internationally around us. We'll take this information, create content out for, create a story or a narrative about it, and we'll present that information to the public, which is called the viewers or called as the subscribers. That's the whole point of being a content creator. Now the content, it doesn't matter about the content. It don't matter if it's a content that creating beef or whatever it is. It could be cooking content. It could be whatever it is. The content creator whole purpose is creating that story and bringing it out to the subscribers. All right. So this is the whole point of why I believe that you being a content creator, you have to accept the fact that your whole position or your whole job is for you to go out there and clout or to clout chase, period. That is your whole function. That is your whole purpose. Now, if you want to meet any type of content creator and they literally tell you, saying that I'm not out here to clout or anything like that, they are lying to you. They're absolutely lying to you because that is their whole point, is to go out and clout chase. It is nowhere around that. Nowhere around that. Now, the disparity happens with clout chasing is the information. Well, I put it this way. It's based on what way you present the information to the viewer or to the subscriber. That's where the disparity happens. That's where the disparity happens, all right? So sometimes a person could, or content creator, wherever, they could clout chase and they'll present information that is positive. They'll present the information that is positive and is received as a possible reliable source. And people will receive that. But in other cases, another person could present the same information, right? But instead of it being positive, it could be a negative source, which hence it corrects the negative disparities and it end up creating what is known as, tea, what is known as beef, and all these different negative things. Now, this comes from when sometimes at us as content creators, what we'll do what is known as a review, right? We will actually review another content creator source that they put out there to the subscribers, right? And when we review that, we'll either review that as something positive or as something negative, depending on the type of source that prior content creator put out there. Now, once again, the disparity about that is that how the way you present it out there. Now, let's say for example, hypothetically speaking, all right. Moneyboy Trey, he's on watching right now, right? Let's say for example, on Moneyboy Trey, he present information out there that's talking about Kanye West, all right? He presented information out there. He talking about Kanye West, and he said that Kanye West is the worst rapper that is alive, right? And then knowing he put out the source about it, he began to not only talk about why he feel that Kanye West is the worst rapper alive, but he started presenting different sources to go along with his findings about it. You know what I'm saying? He said Kanye West is the worst rapper because his records never went double platinum. He'll say things like Kanye West is the worst rapper because he's not a good family man. He'll say different things, talking about Kanye West is the worst rapper because he have mental disorders, different things like that, all right? He'll say all these different things talking about Kanye West, presenting this particular source. Now, what's going to happen is that one or two things going to happen. Either the person who's the one subscriber or the viewers, they're going to take it and they're going to accept it and agree with it, or it's going to be some who's going to disagree with it. Now, the ones who normally disagree with it, more likely they're probably are fans of Kanye West. They probably either personally know Kanye West or they're probably fans of Kanye West and they disagree with the findings that Moneyboy Trey is talking about. Then another thing that I want to point out to y'all is that the information that I was saying that Moneyboy Trey is talking about, this is what's known as dragging. All right. So let me give y'all a definition about what dragging means. All right. Now, according to the Urban Dictionary, once again, dragging is pretty much mean. Dragging pretty much mean to be disrespectful or to humiliate someone using your platform. That's basically what it means in social media. That you're purposely presenting certain type of materials to drag or to humiliate that person, to show some type of humiliation or show some type of disrespect. That's basically what it means. So we're within the same thing that I was saying earlier that, hey, this is what Moneyboy is saying. He's saying all these different things too about Kanye West, but he really don't know who he is. All he doing is going by what he see and going by what he's heard, and he's quote unquote dragging them. So this is this what creates the disparity. All right. Give me one moment, y'all. I need a drink. Who goodness. But yeah, Urban's struggling today, y'all. But yeah, this what creates the disparity. This what creates the disagreement. Likewise, in the same scenario, right? One content creator will see another content creator presenting information, right? And instead of learning how to effectively communicate the reason why they disagree with whatever that content creator is putting out there, they would do also what is known as dragging the content creator. Basically, they'll literally say, "Oh, you're talking about Kanye West. Well, instead of them addressing what you're talking about, they'll personally address or drag or attack the actual content creator. Hence, they'll start saying, well, forget Moneyboy Trey. Moneyboy Trey is ugly. He think he all there, but he ain't all there, and all these different things and stuff. It start personally attacking the content creator instead of attacking the original issue. And this is what create what is known as beefing. This is what create what is known as beefing. So instead of pinpointing the exact issue originally what was being talked about, now it evolved into something else. It evolved into something more personal. And just like I had stated in one of my lives earlier, I stated that being us, especially as black content creators, we do not take lightly of disrespect. So our first response of being disrespected is for us to respond back disrespectfully. So in other words, whatever energy that person gives, that's the energy that we're going to return back. And so this corrects the dragging, this corrects the one beefing and going the back and forth, back and forth. It's changing the energy and going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, non-stopping. Doing it non-stopping. Hence, this is what corrects beefing. That beefing comes to personal humiliation, which is roasting. Then it evolves into, it goes personal, where some get so personal about it, where not only it's the content creator who's offended about the information that you presented, but also the subscribers who are subscribed to the said content creator is now going what is known as trolling. It is going what is now known as trolling. And that's to give y'all a definition of trolling. Now, according to once again, then this according to Wikipedia, right? According to Wikipedia, trolling is basically a person who posts inflammatory, insincere, or digressive off-topic message. That's basically what they do. That's basically what a troll does. They'll post inflammatory. They'll post stuff that's insincere, that's not truthful, that's very digressive. And this is the reason why also, where whenever you be on different content creators platforms, and they were to quote unquote have a panel, and some of them would say, well, I digress. They say, I digress. That's the reason why. In most sense, they'll use that terminology, I digress. That'll be the reason why. But the overall purpose of the troll is to try to provoke and try to antagonize the situation. Instead of trying to come up with a solution where wherever the situation is, they antagonize it, they provoke, they poke the hornet's nest to stir up even more trouble. Just for their purpose of entertainment. So at this point, with all these things that I mentioned to y'all, at this point, it's created what is known as a cycle. And this is why right now it is so hard mentally. It is so hard for people to break away from this, especially being content creators, especially being subscribers, especially being it could be with moderators, there's different things like that. That's why it is difficult for people to break away from it, because it becomes a pattern, it becomes a cycle, and basically what we end up doing to each other is creating a mental prison. It also becomes addictive as well. It becomes addictive because the type of feedback or the type of response that you're getting back from it, or even the type of energy that you are getting back from it as well too. It becomes addictive. It becomes a high. It becomes good. It becomes mentally intoxicating because you're getting all this type of feedback. So it's hard to break away from that. That is why at one point in time, a person were to say, you know what, I'm just going to completely stop doing this. I'm done with it. But all it takes is just one spark of a moment to rehash or recreate that cycle all over again, and you're right back into it all over again because it's addictive. It's addictive. So y'all may be thinking, y'all may be wondering, thinking, where earlier you weren't presenting all this information to us and you're saying all these things, right? Which, it is true. But however, how can us being content creator, how can we effectively put in content where it doesn't end up where we end up getting caught up in this cycle? How can we do that? How is it possible for us to do that? Well, furthermore, is it possible for us to do it? Mark, I don't know if I address you, bro, because I'm in the moment right now. But what's up with it? If I didn't, but how can we present information? How can we present content where it won't evolve evolve what I'm saying, the dragging and the trolling, and also how can we do that as content creator? Is it possible for us to do it? Now, through my findings, just really researching this and really researching the behavior behind this, I say that it's very possible. But the one way it's going to be possible is for you as the content creator to be fully committed. In other words, to be fully committed to recognizing the certain trends and recognizing the certain behavior that's happening. You have to recognize that, first of all, that if you are involved in this and it's hard for you to break away, first of all, you need to recognize that you do have a certain addiction to that. You have to recognize and accept that. Like, dang, man, I am addicted to BS. I really am. This is no different from a person who's addicted to, drug-related substances. The first step in order for them to recover is for them to admit that they have a problem. They have to admit that. Then the moment when you start admitting that, then what's going to happen is that it's going to trigger something in your mind to where you start having what is known as accountability moments, where you start taking accountability for the actions that you personally did to cause the situation to happen in the first place. Then from there, you start reevaluating how this happened in the first place. Then you start thinking about, well, what could I do differently? What could I possibly do differently? So here's the solution. And here's Urban's guide to clout chasing. Here's his guide right here. Whatever information that you are put out, or whatever work that you put out, whatever artistic work you put out, first of all, you have to accept that people is either going to gravitate towards it either positively or negatively. And you also have to accept that there's nothing you can do about that. You is not in control of that. But however, you are in control of how the way you present the information. You are in control of that. Which this goes into my next point about this, is that it had to come to a point where you have to strategically know how the way you're presenting the information out there. You have to, before you put the information out there, you have to really just sit back and think about it. Like, okay, let me think about this. A matter of fact, I could put myself on this, all right? Every content that I have put out on my channel, everything that I have put out on my channel, I have strategically thought about it before I even put it out. And I thought about the pros about it, by me presenting it. I thought about the cons about it. I thought about, the certain feedback that I'm going to get behind it and everything. I thought about every possible scenario that would possibly happen with every content that I put out there. Then once when I thought about that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to present it in this way, and I'm going to stand firm to how the way I believe in this particular content or this particular work or art that I'm putting out there. Then also I have it in my mind right now thinking that people are either going to accept it positively. Then if people accept it positively, I have a rebuttal for them accepting it positively. People that come back and want to accept it negatively, I have a rebuttal to when they want to accept it negatively. But the way how I got it is me being strategically thinking ahead, thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of how the way a normal person would think and perceive certain situations. So I'm thinking about 2 or 3 steps ahead, 2 or 3 moves ahead. So when that situation were to happen, then I know how to address it strategically where I'm not creating beef. I'm not creating any type of beef or anything like that, or dragging, or creating the behavioral trolling on my part. So personally, that's what I personally do with my content. I'm very strategic about things that I put in my content. And then even by me being strategic about the things I put into my content, I also take accountability of it as well. So let's say, for example, earlier I was on using Moneyboy Trey as an example, right? Let's say, for example, that I put out content and Moneyboy Trey totally disagree with it. He is upset about it. And he's telling me exactly that he goes back on his platform and upon addressing the content that I put out there on his platform. And I end up just so happen viewing it, right? So my responsibility is for me, instead of me like quote unquote getting into my feelings about it, my responsibility is to at least hear what he had to say, hear the information that he's putting out there on this platform, regardless of how the way he feel. He may be even on a level where he's beefing with me, he's dragging me, he's talking about all kinds of stuff. He probably even talk about my family at this point. He might be doing all these different things and stuff, right? But it's my responsibility, for us, me personally, is to first hear out, look over the dragging and all that stuff, right? But hear the main issue, what's going on with him and why he feel the way that he feel. That is my responsibility. Then from there, I can either get in contact with Moneyboy Trey, or if he's having a platform where he's having what is known as an open panel platform, and he want to invite me up and we can have the conversation, then there's nothing wrong with that. We could go up and have the conversation. But this is where you having accountability and you being centered comes into play. Where even though you go up to the platform and that person's literally attacking, and you know that's what's going to happen because you already determined that person is in a certain type of feelings, right? So you know that's what to expect. So what you do to counter that, you make sure that you're centered. You accept everything that they're saying and accept the fact that everything that they're saying, especially if it's negative, is going negative towards you or, your loved ones, whatever. You accept the fact that the reason why they're saying that because they have a personal issue within not only you, but within themselves for accepting certain type of information. Now, when I say you're accepting that, I'm not saying that you're accepting what they're telling you. That is not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that you're accepting them being disrespectful. That is not what I'm saying either. But what I'm saying is that, in other words, you're literally centering yourself and you're literally listening to everything they have to say, and you're literally being the bigger person about it. Because someone has to be the bigger person. Someone have the solution. So when they go and they talk and they hear about it and they allow you to speak, you tell them exactly how the way it was. Like, hey, first of all, you know what I'm saying? Look, I I want to let you know that everything that I presented, I mean exactly what I say. I'm standing firm to that. But however, personally speaking, I have no issues with you at all. Period. It was just the content that you put out that's what I had a disagreement about. I I don't have no issue with you. To be honest with you, I really don't know you like that or anything like that. Know what I'm saying? And I think that you took the information personally. You know what I'm saying? So within that, if you took this information personally, I would take accountability on my part. But however, I'm staying firm on what I personally believe too. Either you agree with it or not, that's fine. It's cool. We could disagree. And by that, after you say that, let it go. You say what you said. If they continue to go on and go on, then you know the next step that you need to do. Which, I mean, I don't have to tell y'all, right? You already know. So once when you do that, you let it go. You go back on doing what you do best, which is on clout chasing, presenting more information. That's what you do. Now, y'all listening to me so right, like, man, Urban, every time Urban says some stuff, he does make this stuff seem simple. Trust me, it's not simple, y'all. I know it's not. But I present information to y'all to make it as simple as possible instead of getting a long narrative about it. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it as simple as possible where you can follow along with it. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you, Miss Wilson. I was noticing that as well too. But yeah, even with Tasha K's situation, her whole entire situation was for her to just accept the fact that she's paid to be a clout chaser. She doesn't need to accept that. And that's, to be honest with you, that was really what was Carly B was looking for her. Is just accept the fact like, hey, you clout chased me and you did it to a way that not only you start clout chasing me, but you literally start dragging me as well. And it created trolling. And it caused me emotional disparity. That's the whole point of it. Instead of accepting that, say, you know what? You're right. And I apologize for that. But you got to understand, Cardi, that this is my job. This is what I do. And so now she wouldn't have to pay no millions of dollars in the end like that. If she would have stuck to this, get rid of her pride, or as we say, using quote unquote black woman tactics. Hey Mel, what's up with it? Appreciate you joining me. But yeah, that is pretty much it, y'all. I want to take this time out on this lunchtime conversation that I just want to present this information out there to you. Hopefully this information that I'm giving to y'all, it will help you as being content creator. And I know I'm specifically talking about content creators on this particular lunchtime conversation, but hopefully it will help y'all to, just to navigate your content so you could continue to create good content or create a good work of art where people will gravitate towards your content, and they will, they'll find it, it'll be entertaining to them, and everything. So like I say, I hope the information I present to you will help you out. And just like this information, any type of information I put out there, I normally don't be on just to be talking on here neither. Everything that, especially with this situation, everything I did, trust and believe, Urban then test and tried it out to see if it's going to work or not. And so far, it is working. So far, it is working. But once again, it just depends on you. The success of what I'm talking about, it just depends on you. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. Urban, just like I say, Urban ain't. I'm still not feeling good. I'm still getting over this, whatever this is. I don't know if it's allergies or flu run or whatever it is, but I'm still getting over it and stuff. And Money Boy, I know Money Boy. If it's say some mess, he gonna tell my dude, don't you supposed to be on lunch break? Well, actually, Money Boy, I took out for the rest of the day since I had all this sick leave and stuff. I went on and just took off the remainder of the day. So, yeah. Bye, everybody. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I always, y'all continue to fight fates with faith. And I will see y'all in the next episode. And Mel, hey, I appreciate it as well, too. Appreciate that.
I don't care how long it take to get an op back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.